Hi, this is Itamar Miller. My group name and my user ID is Miller IT. This is my project video. I worked alone. I built a blackjack multiplayer game where all the dealer communications with the players go through pipes. So let's run the demo. I'm in my file at TeachCS. I'm in my folder. I type make and the game begins. I'll press P to play. The dealer always shows its cards, shows one card and the other one is hidden. The CPUs, there are 3 players, 2 CPUs and a human player. They always plays. Actually, one of them got blackjack. That's pretty lucky. I'll press S for stand. I always have 2 options. The dealer also had blackjack. Let's play another round. I can see always what the CPU plays. The dealer has a 9. I have an 11. I'll press H to hit. Let's go again. I bust. Let's play another round. Let's hit. 18. Dealer has 12. Dealer has 21. So the dealer got me. I'm having a rough time. I'll press Q to quit. And it shows me that I lost 30 bucks. So pretty unlucky. Let's go to the code. So this is the main loop for the pipe communications. So at the start, for each of the 3 players, we create 2 pipes, parent to child and child to parent. Parent to child go from the dealer to the player, and the other pipe goes the way back. Then we fork. The child closes the ends that it doesn't use and then calls Excel to replace itself with the player's binary, passing 2 file descriptors and the player ID as command line arguments. Then the dealer closes the opposite ends of the pipe, keeping only the right side of parent to child and the read side of child to parent. Let's go a little down. Every player, including the human, goes through the same loop right here. So the dealer writes the current game state struct into the pipe and then immediately blocks on read, waits for the player process to respond. That struct contains the player's cards and count. I'll show it right here. So these are the 2 structs. One is game state with those variables, and one is just action, 0 for stand and 1 for hit. Now let's go to the player. So on the other side, the player process is blocked on its own read at the top of the loop. So right here, if it doesn't get information from the dealer, it just breaks and goes through the same loop. So only once it gets the information, this unblocks and we can go on with the loop. So for the CPU, the logic is very simple. You hit if you're under 17. And for the human player, it prints the hand to the terminal. It calls for wait for action and then read either H or S for hit or stand. And then either way, it runs the action back through the pipe with the single integer. So once we get to the pipe, let's go a little down to the human loop. So right here, this blocks the dealer's read. If the action is hit, the dealer draws a new card and then adds it to the state and then checks for a bust. But if the player is still in, it runs the updated state again and we run through the same process, looping until the player either stands or busts. And if the player chooses to stand, the player just stands and, well, we reach the end and then it checks. So both processes use the same structs and use the communication through pipes as I presented. And that's it. That's my video and the main pipe logic. Thank you.